Hi guys, welcome back to Casually Crafted. My name is Ashley and this is Crafty Chat number 85. Yep, 85. So once again, I've been meaning to make this video for like 2 months now. Just life with school getting back into things, and I've been really trying to work on keeping like a schedule of like keeping the house clean better and some better like health habits, like actually getting more sleep. So that between all that, I kind of lost my Crojo there for a little bit, and I'm slowly working back at it. So I was originally just going to do a video a while ago about how we did at the county fair, which was at the beginning of August. So that's how long it's been. So we'll start with that, and then I do have a few finished objects, which if you do follow me on Instagram, I have shown some of those over there. I'm not going to show any whips today, and I think I only have one acquisition to show you. So I just have all the fair stuff. It's been sitting in this bag since the fair. So I'll pull it out and show you what we did. My daughter also entered a few things that she made, like from her 6th grade classes. Like she entered some stuff from her woods class and things like that. But I'm just going to show you my stuff. So this first, I'm just pulling them out randomly out of the bag. The first one is just crochet articles and the category hats. And I entered this beanie, that's backwards. This is a scarfy yarn, and it got a first place, so yay. Let's see what's in here. This one I did under the crafts category. I did the holiday non-Christmas item, and I entered one of these bats. And I feel like his head's still crooked. I think I tried to pick the one that looked the best. Anyway, he got a 3rd place. So unfortunately, we didn't get to go to the fair again. Like every time we enter stuff to the fair, we haven't actually gone to the fair and seen what else has been entered, so I don't know like what the competition was or anything. But yeah, he got 3rd place in the crafts non-Christmas holiday item. And then this one is needlecraft, crochet, any other item. So it's just like a miscellaneous category, and I entered one of my cable pumpkins that didn't sell last year, so which I really like this one. Oh, and I got 1st place. Let's see. This one is supposed to be on my living room wall, and so it's had an empty space for a while. This is a under the crafts category wall hanging any item. So it's the little mandala thingy that I made, and it got 2nd place. I mostly just found random stuff around my house or things that I've made, and just for some things like like this one I specifically made just to try to enter it. This one was crochet dish rags, and so this was that plaid one that I made, and it's definitely not square, and I wasn't super loving how I weaved in the ends, but it still got 1st place, so I'll take that. Okay, this one I also did purposely for the fair, and it is pot holders crochet category, and that one also got 1st place. And this one also is not perfectly square because I ran out of yarn. 2 or 3 more things I think here. Oh no. This is needlecraft stuffed animals, or stuffed toys, and then animals is the subcategory. So I entered this jellyfish. I have a few other ones, but I entered this one, and it got 1st place. And the lady said they considered it for like the grand prize in the crochet category. I think blankets are their own, and then other crochet stuff, but they obviously didn't choose it. But I was surprised because these are not actually that hard to make. So I just entered it for fun because I had it left over from the craft fair earlier this spring. So he got 1st place. Let's see. This is part of my girls' Easter dresses I made last year. It's but I entered it in the sweater category, I believe, because I don't have just like normal t-shirt or whatever. It's just sweater, so I just called it a short sleeve sweater. And so this is the front, and then this is the back. And it got first place. But the weird thing about this one was when they gave it back to me, it was inside out. So I don't know if I accidentally gave it to them inside out. Like, it still looks okay inside out. See? It still looks okay. But, or if they somehow turned it inside out while they were messing with it. I don't know. But hopefully I didn't give it to them inside out, because that'd be kind of weird. We're running out of space over here. Oh, and this is one that I just made this year, and I didn't even like really block it. It's a snowflake. And I put it under the crafts category, Christmas ornaments, and it got third place. So, I mean, it's not a super complicated one. It's just one of those first ones I made. But once again, I just added it for fun. So, there we go. I think that's, yep, that's everything in my bag. So, that is all the fair stuff. That's what my other video was going to be, just that. And then I was going to show you other stuff later when I actually had stuff made. But it's been long enough that I have stuff made again. So, let's see. Where did I put my paper? Okay. Alright, so the first thing for finished objects is the steering wheel cover that I made. So that is obviously sewn onto my steering wheel in my car right now. I did take some clips of me talking about putting it on and stuff like while I was in the car, so I'll have to go back and look and see if any of those can be added in here. I think I was planning on making like an Instagram reel and then I never did, so we'll see. But anyway, it was just the moss stitch. I just made a long rectangle with Red Heart Super Saver stripe. I think this is polo stripe. I'm not actually sure, but it's this one. And this is all that's left of that. So when I went to go put it on, it wasn't quite all the way around how I wanted it. It would have stretched pretty far. So I did go back and make a border on both sides. I think I talked about that a little bit in the other clips. So, and then I just went and I took a big long piece of yarn and I just sewed it on. So, it doesn't move much this way, so it's safe like that. You can move it a little bit this way. So my husband's not a huge fan of it, but I think it's safe enough because it's sewn on there pretty good. It's not going to wiggle around too much. And I like how it turned out. It's a little weird, like it is pilling a little bit now since I've been using it for a little while, so we'll see if it lasts, if it was worth it, who knows. It's just something I've always wanted to try, and maybe it'll just get too gross from being used every day that I'll have to throw it away soon and not make another one if it's too soon, so we'll see. It's an experiment, I guess. So other finished objects are my next set of snowflakes. I did take a clip of this yesterday because last time I was like all unorganized, dropping things everywhere, so I just did it on my couch and I showed you that. So I will enter that in here. The pattern for this one is the same person who made the ones I made last time, just her like number 2 snowflake instead of her number 5 or something like that. So I will post a link to that down below. And then here is the snowflakes. Alright, so we're gonna go kind of biggest to smallest, I think. So the biggest snowflake here, and obviously these will all require some blocking, is this one. I thought it'd be fun to make one out of like a velvety or chenille yarn. This one is made out of the Hirschner's Holiday Velvet yarn. And then we have whatever mystery acrylic that is. I don't think it's Red Heart. It seems a little bit thinner than that, but from there we have this Ice Yarns, this one, Elegant Metallic Cotton. So I made 2 of those. It's kind of hard to see the sparkly in this lighting, but I also made two. This pattern has like a mini version. This one definitely needs some blocking. I don't know. That one's a little better. So it has like an alternative last round that kind of makes it a little bit smaller. So I made two of those and two of the regular ones. This one's probably bigger, but that's good. This one is the I Love This Cotton Sparkle. So there's that. Then we have this one is whatever this is. It's kind of got this like sparkleness to it. It's hard to see, again, it's hard to see here, but it's there. And then, let's see, we've got my mystery cording that I got from Temu. So that's what that one looks like. This one is a different pattern I just started, but there's that one. Then this is the Premier, what? It's all tingly. Premier Gala or Gala, however you say that. And then more mystery yarn. This is that weird tubey lace stuff I found at a thrift store. And then last one I made. Oh, never mind. I think I skipped some. I am trying to be more organized than last time, but apparently not. This one is just a gold metallic. I believe it's a size 10 crochet thread. I'm not actually sure. And then I've got this. Oh my goodness, I'm all tangled now. This one, which is another crochet cord or thread, sorry. And then also this one. This one is a size 3 for sure. And I thought this one was also a 3. And they look pretty similar in thickness when I hold them together. But this one came out bigger and kind of holier, like in the double crochets there. Versus this one seems tighter. And I use the same hook, so. But yes, that's all of this style of snowflake. I did just start a few of another kind, but I will show you guys that next time. Alright, so then I did finish for my thing that I spun on the wheel of a finished project. I did finish. Oh, maybe I didn't finish. Oh, I think I just have to cut these. I didn't have scissors. He's squished. I finished my giraffe little pop head guy. If I can get his head back to normal. So I originally made like the frogs out of this pattern, or this person's patterns, and then I liked the idea of they have a cow one that looks a lot like this, obviously different colors, and then the giraffe. So he's still a little squished, but his head's not stuffed, so it can go up and down. And all I needed to finish last time, I think, was weaving in the ends and then sewing on the little spots. So I did finish. I just need to cut this. Oh, and add the little tassels on his tail. But just cut the ends and then that'll be done. Done. Alright, I did spin the wheel to see what else to work on, but yesterday and the day before, I just signed up for 2 craft fairs, one in November and one like 2 weeks later at the beginning of December. So I need to start working on Christmas stuff for those, so I'm not going to worry about my unfinished projects right now. The only one I need to work on is back to that temperature blanket and start weaving in the ends, because I want to give that to my daughter either for her birthday in November or Christmas. So we'll see. That's the only like project I'm going to work on, besides maybe birthday gift for my mom in November too, and then all the craft fair stuff. So let's see what else is in my box here. Yeah. Okay, so I made the new Wheat Stitch hat by Brianna K Designs. Her wheat stitch patterns are super popular right now, like on Facebook and stuff. And I actually even saw at a festival in my town just this last weekend, there was a little fall festival. There was like 4 crochet vendors. It was ridiculous. But one of them had the pumpkins that were out of the wheat stitch. And I do have 2 that I have started and I have not finished. So, but I'm not going to worry about it. But I just thought it was interesting. Like, that's a very popular pattern right now, is the wheat stitch pumpkins. Anyway, last year I also made some of her hats where the stripes go up and down for preschool Christmas gifts. This time this is her newer pattern where it's the wheat stitch side to side. So I obviously have ends to weave in, but the cool thing about taking a picture for Instagram is you don't see the ends, so I can pretend it's done. For this, I used Karen Simply Soft. I don't know, it's a cream color of some sort. I lost the ball band forever ago. And the color part is Yarn Bee Dazzling that I got clearanced for $1.50. And there's still quite a bit left. So the colors are a little crazy. There's a lot of orange. And then it kind of changes from like purple to teal to more teal, and then the orange shade kind of changes almost to pink back again. So but yeah, there's a lot of crazy colors in here, so I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. And I did follow her pattern for the adult medium size, but I did know my gauge was a little bit off, so I wasn't surprised that it's a little tight on me. So I might give it to my 4-year-old because it fits her pretty good. Which is, I don't know why people make so many different sizes, like toddler, kids, teen, adult, small, adult, medium. Like, if my 4-year-old can wear a hat that's supposed to be, so obviously it's tight for an adult medium, but it could be an adult small or a teen with the measurements, but she can still wear it. So when I sell any hats, I just kind of say like kids large / adult small, like it's all the same size, because like my 8-year-old has almost a bigger head than me. So the only thing I didn't love was like this last row. I feel like it's almost too pointy. I don't know, but otherwise, and I also don't love making hats from the brim up. I like top down hats, so I do kind of want to make one for me in a different color, but it might have to be a someday other project. Okay, so I dropped my paper, but that's okay. I got this wreath form thingy at the dollar store for $1.50 because everything's going up to $1.50 now instead of $1.25. And I decided I was going to crochet around it and make a little wreath type thing. I do want to finish, maybe put a little bow on here. I don't know. It looks unfinished to me. It needs something. Or maybe some leaves or something here. So I used, and I'm trying to decide, I might glue these down because they twist really easy. So how I did it is I started like either here or here and I would go down one way, kind of slip stitch across, and then these are single crochets, so single crochet down and over and up and over until I went all the way to the end, and then I went all the way around the outside, and then I attached the green and went around there. So the yarn is Woolies Thick and Quick, and this one was from a thrift store, and it's the color Spice, I believe. Yeah, so in some lights, like that looks really orange. In other lights, lighting, it looks really red. So it's kind of hard to say what color it is. This one is the color Cilantro. So that was I just did this in one night. Like, it was just fun. It was kind of awkward, like kind of holding it, like especially like when you got to the ends, getting the big hook wrapped around. I think I used a 9mm hook, a 9 or a 10. I don't actually remember what it is. So yeah, that's probably my last little fall thing that I was going to work on. Also, one quick last minute project I did, which I also posted on Instagram, was this little basket that I made for a friend because it had been her birthday. So I chose to use this Bernat Mega Bulky that was just in my stash. I had 3 of these. And I used 2 and a tiny bit of this one to make it. And I also used that same hook. So I think a 9mm hook. And this calls for like a 19mm hook. So, but I was obviously trying to crochet really tight. I don't even know what a 19 would look like. That sounds huge. Yeah, so I was trying to crochet really tight. I didn't really follow a pattern. I was gonna try a pattern, but this was just way thicker than the yarn that the pattern used, and it was just gonna look bad. So technically the bottom part before I started going up was her pattern, but it was really just half double crochets in a circle and then increasing till I got to what I wanted. And then I did a back loop, of single crochets. And at first I was like joining and chaining up because that's how her pattern was, and then I was like, this looks dumb. So like halfway through I just started doing it in a spiral, and then when I got to the top I kind of tried to do some math to figure out where some handles would go. It's not exactly even, and then I just skipped some stitches and chained some, and then on the next row around I went around the chain stitches to make one more kind of loop of the handles. So yeah, so there's a picture of the basket, and I put some of her favorite snacks in it and gave it to her for her birthday, well, after her birthday. I don't know where my paper went. Alright, so I think that was everything. I dropped my tiny little paper that said everything I wanted to talk about, and this room's a mess, so I can't find it. Anyway, the only acquisition I have is these that I got at Walmart. They were clearance for $5, and they were normally $8, so not like a super clearance, but soft velvet yarn in whatever this pink color is. It's called pink. There you go. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'll do with it. For the craft fairs that I am doing in November and December, they're like Christmas themed, so I want to make Christmas like ornaments and stuff. Like I'm obviously doing the snowflakes, but I also need to make a bunch of just whatever people would give to people for Christmas. So I want to make random stuffed animals. I want to make like more I don't know if I want to make more beanies. I don't think I sold any last year, so I might be okay on that. I want to make more like coin purses. I just don't know if I have time to make everything that I want to make. So like random like Christmas tree decorations that you would put like around the little craft cone thing or whatever. I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. So yeah, that'll be my next adventure. I also did buy a cool pattern for my mom's birthday present that hopefully is not too complicated to make. The pattern's like 80 pages long, but like 10 or 15 of those are just like stitch instructions that I don't think are even in the pattern. I think she just has all of those that she might use in any of her patterns, so at least that's what I'm hoping, because otherwise that might be too hard for me. So hopefully that works out. Anyway, hopefully it's during preschool time right now, so hopefully I can get this uploaded tonight, maybe. We'll see, hopefully. And I just have a few towels to finish for an order, and then I will be on to more intense Christmas stuff. So that is what you can look forward to, I guess. So I will talk to you guys next time. Bye, guys.